Good afternoon, everyone. I wish that all of you have had a joyful start to your day, that your life feels full of gratitude and appreciation, happiness and love. I also want you to know that truly all of that is within our control. It's so important that we develop the understanding that we get to choose our reality. Our personal reality has a lot to do with what type of personality we choose to live in, what type of character we choose to build. Words are so important. Have we ever realized why we call it spelling when you write a word? Spelling. Well, what did witches and magicians do back in the day or in a Harry Potter movie? When they take out their wand and they cast a spell with their words, their spelling, they're creating their reality. See, so what type of reality do we want to create, knowing that it's all in our hands? Knowing that what we choose to eat and what we choose to drink and how we choose to move is going to affect our physical health. See, the individual that's eating multiple servings of fruit and multiple servings of vegetables on a daily basis is going to look significantly different than the individual that's eating multiple servings of meat and dairy. That's the truth. And what else is the truth is that we get to choose what comes in. And I'm speaking for the majority of people. There are people that are in, of course, extreme poverty that don't have that choice. However, generally speaking, we have the choice of what we put into our body. See, happiness in life really is created when we're living in what we would imagine to be the best ideal situation for any scenario. So let's take appearance, for example. When our body looks the way that we imagine it could, when our body feels the way that we imagine it could, we're going to feel happiness. If our body feels sluggish or heavy compared to the way that we believe it could, we're going to feel unhappiness in that area of life. With finances, when our checking account and our savings account and our investments and our business accounts and our plans look in a way that matches what we believe would be the best case scenario for finances, well, we're going to feel happiness in that area. When we got a fat savings account, when we got a surplus going into investments, when our business is profiting on a monthly basis, right? That compared to owing people a lot of money, living paycheck to paycheck, not sure how this bill's going to get paid, right? I'm assuming that for most people that's not the desired reality, so that's going to create unhappiness. in our relationships, we can have this imagination of amazing conversation, great intimacy, honesty, open flow, fun, right? We have that imagination. So when our relationship feels that way, loving, whatever type of relationship it is, when it feels the way that we know that it can, we're going to feel happiness. If our relationship is full of arguing and put downs and complaining and nagging, well, we're going to feel unhappy in that relationship. What I'm simply desiring to show is that all of that is based off of choices. See, with our finances, we have a choice as to whether we put 10% away into a savings, as to whether we put 10% into charity. We have choices. When it comes to our relationships, we have choices if we're going to avoid the conversation or simply turn on a movie or come home with a gift of roses, make sure the dishes are done. Right? We have choices as to whether we do those or not. Back to nutrition, because I believe it's simply the easiest example. We have a full choice over what we choose to consume, and it's going to affect us. So, to create happiness in our life, it simply comes down to cooperating with ourselves to create the ideal self of who we want to be. See, it's completely our choice. Literally, most everything in life is your choice. Not everything. Not the weather. Not your skin color. Not who your family is. Right? There are some external situations that came with the territory of our life. However, even with those situations, it's truthfully our mindset that determines how we're going to move forward. See, our attitude affects our altitude. The higher attitude that we have, the better attitude that we have, the higher altitude that we have. The more optimistic we are, the more we're able to achieve, of course. See, because you truly get what you're looking for in life. So don't settle. Stay looking for what your heart is calling you towards. And then take choices with whatever you can today to get there. See, you might want to run a $2 million company, but right now you're $14,000 in debt between school and auto, and something else is going on. Family member recently passed away. A lot going on. However, you can take the choice in each area of life to bring you closer to who you want to be. And guess what? Those positive choices will build momentum. Those positive choices will build confidence. And they will cause us to want to keep making more of those positive type choices. How much longer would it take on a highway if every half mile you kept stopping the car, literally pulling over to the side, hitting zero, and then getting back on going? If I'm traveling 60 miles and the speed limit is 60 miles per hour, I'm going to get there in an hour if I'm just, boom, going straight. But if I have to start and stop all the time, it's going to take way longer. And that's what we do with our lives. We start seeing a little bit of something and then we stop. No, we got to keep going. We got to push through. Got to stay focused on our ideal reality. Make happiness your reward. Make happiness the resource and the tool to help pull you beyond the temptation. See, your body goal is to look a certain way. And after 3 days of eating well, somebody invites you over to a barbecue and you eat everything there. Well, no. Now you stop the car at the half mile. Keep going. That doesn't mean that small breaks are not needed. However, gently hitting the brake and slowing down is much different than completely pulling off to the side. You are in control of your reality based on the choices that you make. Literally, think about it. It's nobody else. It is literally all you. And guess what? The harder you work and the more you put in towards your goal, the faster you're going to achieve it and the better you're going to achieve it. We have to work hard. There is no free lunch. There is no free ticket to joy and happiness. Success comes from the progressive realization of a worthwhile goal. Well, what is success? What is the purpose of human life? Happiness. Happiness comes from the progressive realization of a worthwhile goal. Happiness comes when I am progressively working towards something I desire. Not overworking, not stressing myself out. I am progressively each day taking steps towards where I want to go. I wish everyone a productive, healthy, fit, confident, joyful, loving, and prosperous evening. The light in me always recognizes the light in you. And the hardships in me also recognize the hardships in you. It's okay to make a mistake. Forgive yourself, move on. We all got to do it. Much love as always. Peace.